Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the final map of our third and fourth place match. We are going to be going in fairly soon. As you can see, we are in our ninth round right now. Of course, this is WESG EU and CIS LAN finals. Both these teams have already made it through to China. They are playing for an extra bit of cash and, of course, seeding. So, an important map, of course, to come back after the first map defeat. fnatic managed to take home Cobblestone 16-10 with some clinical rounds won. They probably haven't done, and well, Flush is now going to try and clutch out this ninth round. He will fail. Despe wins it for Space Soldiers, and they will get the choice of side, which I imagine they will go for CT.
Well, let's wait and see, T, what side they start on, Tom. Not feeling that one, no. It really didn't go down well. No, I can't say I blame. You know, many things that come out of my mouth don't go down well. Right now, Tom, looks like Space Soldiers, they're going to start on the CT side. Could say you're the prediction king.
Oh, yeah.
You could.
Could.
I'm not saying you have to.
Yeah, no, I probably wouldn't. Either way, we are going to have Kevlar on every single player bar one. Golden has gone for a P250, a smoke, and a flashbang. And Flusher is just going to aggressively push towards this B site. 3 players on Banana at the moment for Space Soldiers. Well, make that 2, but it will be a quick trade by Engine. And Major's actually gone peeking into apartments as well to give them a man advantage back. In fact, finds a second, feeling it at the moment. Calyx looking for more himself, leaving only Golden left. And it will be Space Soldiers off to a strong start once again. They have been very good at winning these pistol rounds. The problem is there have been some breakbacks from fnatic.
Space Soldiers, they managed to win that out. MP9 up for Zentara's, gotta love the man. Despe on the MP7. Force Spy comes on in from fnatic. Deeg on Lectro for CZs, and then rush up towards Banana early on. Zentara's here to try and put a stop to that. Golden gets punished. Roland does manage to get that big trade out on his Zentara's. That's an MP9 picked up for them to utilize if they would like. JW. Oh, never mind. Mage's going to go ahead and go on a tear. Shuts them all down. JW's left here alone. And that's good night to fnatic in that round.
Yeah, it will now be fnatic. Just have to try and take the eco in this situation. So likely that the CT side are just going to look to try and make themselves a little bit of money. And by the looks of it, the majority of them aren't even going to buy actual weaponry. We'll have just the CZs. Oh, Calyx will actually pick up an MP9. So still a chance. We've already seen some crazy rounds out from fnatic with bare minimal investment. They did manage to do something here. I'd be quite impressed, but have to wait and see. We are going to have aggression from Zentara's, completely overwhelmed, and now there is only one man actually over towards this site. Engine is waiting, and he's burning down. Brolin will take him out, and this is going to be a bomb plant for fnatic. Already such success in this round as they will now look to try and hold on to things here. Despe is with only a pistol, and they're trying to bait Calyx in to look for Flusher, but there's another man round the corner. Golden finds another, and somehow we're still in this 2 versus 2.
Time's ticking away here from Space Soldiers. They have to try and move swiftly. That smoke nullifies Golden. He's actually able to paint them with little bits of damage through the smoke. Now it's Despe in with a quick 1v2 to pull that back. Although this is going to be close, Tom.
I can't actually tell. We got no sound on the bomb.
The sound has just dropped.
But we are going to have the defusal anyway. So Space Soldiers, well, I will say they won the round, but if anything, they just stopped themselves from losing it, because that was utterly ridiculous from fnatic, once again showing that even if you do have next to nothing invested, he can still pull off quite a decent attempt, because you've got to think that if Golden doesn't go down through that smoke, that is the round to Fnatic. So, bomb plant, extra money, a huge amount of utility for Fnatic to now play with. Zontares, however, going right down the bottom of mid. Going to face JW at his own game, and he's going to win it. Spots a second out as well. This man has had enough of the mistakes and looks to try and make matters into his own hands.
Yeah, it's just Golden left. Able to go ahead and get one onto Zontares, but Engine is there to keep things all in favor of Space Soldiers. What they lacked at the previous round, they make up for there as they shut down Fnatic mercilessly. Now there's very little money here for the Swedes to invest. They will put in what they can. I don't know about $2,000. You can see Lecro goes slightly heavier than everyone else. Despe has himself the AWP. 5-0, different Despe to what we saw on Cobblestone Top.
Yeah, somewhat expected. I do feel like this map favors him quite a bit more. And they've started on that CT side, enabling that AWP to come up quite quickly. Major, once again, is actually going to go down. So, a chance for Fnatic with these pistols. As I said, they have been very, very good in these sort of eco rounds so far. And Space Soldiers really can't afford to be giving them this much space, giving them this much of a chance to reset and damage the economy of the Turkish side. Next utility is going to be thrown in as they look to barrel onto Calyx, who will only manage to get one. An Engine is left blind in the sight. His tag so low that he will fall. Man advantage. Wow, in fact, even swings further as Flusher catches Despe, and Zontares, he's going to be forced into a save once again. It's the pistols that work for the Swedish side. And Space Soldiers, they've made mistakes once more.
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be the common trend, at least in this, throughout this whole event almost. The second those pistols seem to find the first couple of kills, it just spirals out of control. And it seems like teams are having a real issue at the minute, actually getting back on top of a round where they've gone a man down early on. They've lost out on that first rifle, and, you know, we've seen it time and time again. It's such an easy round to start to throw away. And, well, now, Zontares forced into a save. Saving here does mean they can go for a buy-up in the next round. I believe they can have rifles now across the board and still have the AWP up on Despe. You imagine you have Major drop an M4, and then Zontares perhaps drops over a FAMAS or something along those lines. Fnatic, I mean, they keep three players alive. They invest very, very little there as well. So they've got money to buy in the next round as well. That's going to be key for the Swedes.
We are going to have a pause called in. Space Soldiers still in the lead, and they do still have a buy into this one, but as you pointed out, T-side have been able to make themselves quite a bit of cash off the back of picking up these weapons. It is actually going to be one man dropping from the server, so clearly it is a pause of technical variety. But yeah, Space Soldiers definitely needing to sort of iron out some of these mistakes, because they have been more giving Fnatic ways back into this game, and that's not something you want to be doing. Give these Swedish players any sort of way back into a round, and they are definitely going to be taking it. We've already seen that in the last map, Cobblestone. First map, Space Soldiers definitely didn't give them a chance. They absolutely overrun. Well, incredible performance, and I'm starting to wonder what we are going to see on this map. Of course, another chance now to juggle some weaponry for Space Soldiers, and everything looks like it has been cleaned up, so we will pretty much have an identical buy to what we saw just moments ago. Golden's still going to be on an MP9, and the rest of the players will have their weapon of choice. JW on the AWP to note, and Despe will have a glass cannon on the other side.
Now, curious to see what Despe looks to do with this AWP. He's going to be holding it over there towards short side. Fnatic showing an early presence over here at Banana. Golden is there with the MP9. Zatara is going to start to push down Banana. Doesn't have support from Engine in the slightest. Flash goes out. Finds one, finds two. That's perfect. Engine wasn't there to trade. That's the gamble they take, but it does pay off. Despay in with one, downrange onto Lecro. And now it's just JW and Brolin left. It seems like the rifles are the crux for Fnatic in some weird turn of events.
We're living in an alternate reality where pistols are better. Actually, I think that's
well,
just
that is the reality we live in right now.
I do have to say, though, in both the rounds where we have gone into sort of rifles for Fnatic, it has been Zontaras both times just take the aggression and ruin any plans for this Fnatic side. So we are going to have this one flawless, which is just mental. Like, absolutely mental that they can lose a round versus a few CZs and then win one flawlessly. Now they can have pretty much everything they desire on the other side of things. 3 players can buy at least. JW could go for another AWP and try and be that star man in this round, which is exactly what he's going to do. 1 and 5 at the moment. Remember, on the CT side of Cobble in the last map, I think he had 18 kills in the first half, was playing unreal. Did slow down a bit, but his team were able to pick up the slack. This time Zontaras is not going to be allowed that sort of aggression, and Lecro is just going to go running straight through the Molotov. Takes Banana control away from this CT side, and it has been a lot more of the sort of passive rounds, which so far haven't worked out for Space Soldiers.
Yeah, it's been whenever they found these frags early on the CT side, whenever they've actually been the ones to take the aggression, it's worked out well. This time, Flusher has gone down to Tars. The Smoke Warrior going to go ahead and get rid of him. Major rotates in to help out, holding mid. Despay, you said you were curious who's going to become the star man for them. Of course, as he waits a minute, he'd like to come and meet them, but he does think he'd blow their minds. Smoke down for CT. Pushing into the site, Engine up on the loose. Lecro checks it, he goes down. Might be seeing a repeat of it again, Tom. Oh, Major's fallen, now it's Calyx and Despay left 2 versus 4. And they're not going to go for this. Calyx hasn't rotated off. Despay holds CT. Save called in. Fnatic pistol-only team in 2017.
Wow. The other thing is, it is when Space Soldiers are forced back into more passive angles, that is where they seem to lose the round. It's when they're able to get Zontaras into the correct positions and get them aggressive over on Banana or in mid, those are the 2 rounds that they've actually managed to win in these sort of rifle positions or rifle v rifle rounds. And then when it comes to sitting back on the site and being passive, that's where they've been overwhelmed. So, oh, maybe we need to see some more sort of deep smoke, some counter nades thrown out by Space Soldiers so that they can have this control on the map. The 2 weapons saved will give them enough to buy in the next round. Of course, they had a flawless round in the last. Now we do have another rifle v rifle round once again. Can Fnatic break that curse that they've created for themselves so far in this map? Of course, we did see last time a 5-round scoreline for Space Soldiers early in the half, and then unable to win. Well, they won 1 round for the rest of it. So can Fnatic recreate that?
Well, likes to be more aggression, Tom. The order of the day for Space Soldiers down here towards Banana. They want to try and take a more active role in grabbing that. This time, interesting to note as well, Calyx and Zontaras have swapped over. Fnatic slowly but surely grouping up here in mid and apartments. Looks like it's going to be an A play, at least early on, but there's still plenty of time left to switch things up. Go ahead and smoke things off. They're going to push on through. Zontaras is here. He falls at the first hurdle to Flusher. That's a good start from Fnatic. Now it falls to Engine over in pit to try and make a stand. Despay chimes in with 1. Engine, they line up for him. Sprays them down. Somehow still alive in with number 3. And now it is just JW left. 1 versus 3 would be required here. That nade almost finds Engine, but not quite. He has the bomb on his back, and JW, the man, the myth, the legend, as he goes out and towards mid. Turns it into the 1-on-2, Tom. He has to get a 4K to win this out, including a 1v3. But he set himself up perfectly. Bomb plant. Gonna get faked. Waits for Major. Major's gone down. Now it's a 1-on-1. An Engine Only with 4 HP. He has the AWP. Both players have to hit one shot here. That's all it takes, and Engine's going to do it. That was quick, and that's what Space Soldiers needed. A 6th round on the board. They will get it done.
I honestly believe JW had that dead to rights. Even in the 1 versus 2, I was thinking this is where he will step up and actually uses the miss-smoke to his own advantage in the end. Unfortunately, it isn't quite enough, but a bomb plant and only 1 player surviving, I have to think that they're going to risk it here. And fnatic, well, Brolin pretty much confirms that. He buys straight in with an AK-47. Money is on the brink for Space Soldiers. They've got a lot of utility available to them. But they are already taking a hit with the SMG. However, of course, the same can be said for fnatic. Golden, always the man to sort of take the hit. And still seems to perform a lot of the time. And flusha, oh, there was a time when that was pretty much his weapon of choice, the trusty UMP. So, still possible. Push comes in, major. We'll start things off. They're just going to smoke this off, trying not to allow for any sort of trade. Golden looking to try and pre-fire the angle, but won't be able to find anything as of yet. Majority of the T side are waiting around this banana position, but there is 1 man lurking on the other side. That will be Brolin. Now the CTs are actually going to fall right back. Going to go for a bit of a boost at the back of the B site. Try and go for something a little bit more unorthodox. But really, all Brolin's job here is to try and hold off any rotations. Try and make sure that these CT-sided players can't just get over towards this B site. JW is going to be sneaking around the corner, looking for that opening. Hasn't managed to spot anything yet. And will he check the boost? It looks like he does, and he does actually manage to hit the shot, but doesn't get the kill. Fall back quickly from the T side as now they will run towards this A site. Only 1 man will survive, but it is Engine, and he had a brilliant round just moments ago. He gets the kill onto the lurker of Brolin, and now the T's have to be quick indeed.
Yeah, it's Torres tries to shut this whole thing down. It's Engine refusing to budge. He's caused so many problems in with 3. JW tries to do what he can. There's only 15 seconds left. Ooh. JW runs out of ammo there, and that will be his demise. Space Soldiers onto a 7th round. And it's a big one because with that they have reset the Swedish economy. They're up 7-2, Tom, and now it looks to be extended 8-2 unless we see another time where Space Soldiers lose to pistols. We saw it on Cobble. There it was a disaster.
No, not this time. Not this time.
Do you think now's a different time?
There's no utility. There's literally nothing. There's 1 P250, $300. If they somehow manage to lose this round, I may just have to leave, I'll be honest, because it's just so little. They've even got some SMGs to just sort of shred these unarmored players, and Zontares will do just that. Looking to pad his stats a little bit. He has been doing very well in the aggression. I have to say, the last few rounds at least, we have been looking much more towards Engine, who has been an absolute anchor over on that A site. Bomb has been dropped, so round is pretty much dead to rights as JW and flusha. Well, they got $300 between them, and all of that is currently in JW's hands. And flusha is just waiting for any further aggression. Easy for Major. Now JW maybe just wanting to try and find something, but he's not going to catch Engine whatsoever. 8-2. Space Soldiers now will have to face off against the buy, but that round was so clean. It's actually not going to be a problem for them if they are to lose this round, as they will have some money, although Zontara is still upgrading here, has left him with a little bit less cash than everybody else.
Still 8-2. Space Soldiers looking fantastic on this CT side, and they're going to switch things up by sending Despe over here towards B. Going to try and take that aggressive peek down through Banana. Very, very common tactic on Inferno, and one that is incredibly strong. He's going to look to lay the gauntlet down here early on. JW already going to take some hefty damage from the various nades and sprays down through mid. And now that they've posted Despe up here, this is the thing. You set this man up in his watchtower, you get him already You rotate the rest of the guys that were there with him early on to try and trade back off in towards A. Now you've got a 4-man stack here. And a very, very versatile stronghold down Banana. Thanks to that cannon on a death space. Smoke, they go down over in middle. They re-smoke that. Keeps fnatic away that much longer. fnatic going to go pushing on through. They waste no time. Engine doubles down. He's been so key in these rounds. JW is still there. They don't know, but Engine in with 3. The hat trick for him. Despe going to get rid of flusha, and that is a 9th round for Space Soldiers now, Tom. And there's no money once again here for the Swedes.
Yeah, Engine is currently 15-3, and there is no doubt in my mind that he has been the difference maker for Space Soldiers. A thing that's always worrying to see is 4 AKs over on the CT side, which basically just means they've been able to upgrade every single weapon, not losing a player. And that round was just great from Space Soldiers. They set themselves up with the AWP. They then have the crossfire. They know that they've got to go for a little bit of a gamble in that round anyway because they did still have 2 UMPs. So they then put 3 players over towards short. And it just looked like a really smart setup, which fnatic couldn't do anything against. We spoke about the sort of early rounds where questions were put over the top of the Space Soldiers' heads, but it looks like they have wiped them off. Despe is going to start onto Electro again. It is pistols once more. So Tares is just going to pre-fire that angle just to make sure he doesn't end up going down to a pistol once again. And the push is going to be coming in. Calyx, this position has already been used, so we'll see if they are going to check it. And flusha just pre-fires it, leaves it onto Major on the site to try and defend off. He finds 1 before Golden trades, and the pistols are doing it once again.
3 on 3. That shot from flusha. What even is that, Tom? Now JW's got himself an AK. Luckily enough, Despe could be the saving grace. He's returned the man advantage back in favor of Space Soldiers. Brolin and Golden still up. Time ticking on down. Tares is tagged very low. Brolin finds that frag. Now that's the AWP picked up. They're going to go pushing into CT. Bomb ticked. Brolin able to find that frag and through the smoke. Brolin's done it. 3 frags for him. fnatic. There's something about them in pistols right now, Tom. Every time Space Soldiers come up against it, they play so much more passive, so much more reserved, and it doesn't really feel like a very Space Soldiers style of play. It doesn't, definitely isn't suiting them in these rounds.
Well, especially when you look at the sort of one of the eco rounds, which was very clean for them. It was just Zontaras pushing straight into apps with an MP9 and just taking the fight to this fnatic side. But yeah, the second they wait for them, you allow flusha to do things like that, which I was saying it at the time. He's played that position before, so it's not that uncommon. It's not that crazy for flusha to actually pre-fire. Of course, to hit it first time is, well, it just shows how good this guy really is. But it's one of those things where it's like if you do rinse and repeat some sort of static spots, fnatic are just going to do things like that. And, well, you can't really take anything away from Major. He got up completely overwhelmed, and that is something that fnatic have been great at doing on this T side, that when they do have the pistols, they're very happy to just push aggressively onto this CT side as a bunch. So, a bolster in economy. Still 9-3 up. Space Soldiers have had a solid half. No matter what here. They are going to want to try and take themselves the last few rounds, and now we are back to rifles. Mid-presence taken from the Ts. The question is, can they rectify the problems that they've had? Because they have not been great with these rifles at all.
Let's see, they're only grouped up here along that. Forces Tares out, but they don't actually check it. He's able to go ahead and get 1. Calyx now resides here. They want to try and deal with him, and Lecro's the man to do it. Despe starts to try and claw things back. Now it falls to Engine over in pit. Actually, Major can have a very big impact here. He hears flusha rotating in late. flusha's got the bomb on his back. There's only 27 seconds. Engine goes down. Major, the timing just a few seconds short, and that could have made all the difference. As now it falls to him, a 1v3. JW is there, and fnatic, they managed to get themselves a 4th round here.
And now the economy of Space Soldiers really doesn't have much to warrant a buy. They are actually going to go for it. I would have quite liked to see maybe just Engine drop some pistols and try and do it there, but instead he will be sat with a Catalyst AWP. Has been phenomenal so far, 15-5. Despe actually up there with him, and Zontaras as well. The fact is now fnatic do have a very good chance to take this 9-6. They managed to win this round. The next one should come quite a bit easier unless they have the same sort of weakness, kryptonite versus those pistols. Here we go, Zontara's up close. CZ, oh, he's just pulled out a nade. I think he will spot somebody pushing in and does manage to do some damage. Despe there up above as well to at least go for the trade. Major's aggression is punished by Flusher, who has been pretty good in these lurk spots so far. Now Calix is going to be left as the lone man on B. Hasn't had a great map so far. But this is his chance to maybe make a big play that wins them around.
Smoke goes down for CT. Calix chipped away. Am I going to be a real problem here? Only 14 bullets left. But right now, Engine able to find that frag on the JW. That's the lurk man for fnatic. Gone over there towards A. Second smoke rains in. Flash out from Despe. Does delay the push that much longer. Now they're going to go ahead and commit to this. Calix gets caught on the peek on in. Engine's a good way away for this rotation. Despe, the pressure is on. He had an amazing performance, sort of exclusively with the FAMAS on Cobblestone. Now will be the time for him to look to try and replicate that. But as Engine fades away, doesn't want to go for this. Despe will probably look to do the same.
Looking to try and push back in. Flusher up above. Despe will be able to find one. Now the AWP is still saving on the other side of the map, so if Despe is going for something, he has to do it very quickly indeed. May just look to try and hold these players in as Lecro does look to exit from the site. And it is going to be the round going the way of fnatic, so they will manage to get themselves a fifth. Weaponry will at least be kept. The T's are going to go hunting to try and take this final man down, but...
A whisper there.
Oh.
Sorry. I don't know if you heard
I think
that.
he is going to be able to get it.
Don't know if you heard me whisper sweet nothings in your ear just then.
No.
Okay, well then that probably sounds really weird.
Yeah, it
That's
does.
so good. 9-5. fnatic. Having a bit of a resurgence here, Tom, on the T side. Space Soldiers. They want to try and take this at 10-5 half. They've got to buy up for Engine. He carried the AWP forward, rather, sorry. Two FAMASes. Tom, you put me off with your vague hand gestures. Gonna have these FAMASes up on Calix and Despe. Zantares and Engine one line way inside of this B-bomb site. And while Brolin's pushed up along with the rest of the gang, fnatic have taken a lot of control very early on. They've still got 1 minute and 30 left. And this is a lot of presence to give these Swedes this early on.
Can see T-side setting themselves up. There is still a man waiting on the other side of the map. That is going to be JW to try and stop them being able to rotate. Nice entry from Brolin. Doesn't quite spot Engine lurking in the smoke, but it's only going to be a trade. Now, while 3 players looking to try and rotate in, Brolin will be able to pick up another one. A second kill for him in this round. And even through the smoke, Calix will fall. Despe once again alone, and there's men behind him looking to try and stop this. JW finds the final, and it will be a 9-6 half. A nice resurgence from fnatic. The last 4 rounds going their way, and we have a map on our hands.
Yeah, exciting scenes here, Tom. It's a hard-fought comeback there from fnatic towards the end to actually pull things back to a fairly decent scoreline. Let's not forget, this was 9-2 at one point in time. Finishing off the half 9-6 is something that they can't be too disappointed with.
Yeah, for sure. No, this is definitely possible for fnatic. They go on to the CT side. Stronger of the two. But if they don't win the pistol, they could be in some real trouble. Of course, utility plays such a massive part in this map. We saw all the sort of deep control that Space Soldiers were able to take and being able to slow down a lot of these pushes with the nades. T-side looking like they are going to go pushing into middle. There will be a peek coming out from Lecro. Already Brolin is going to be there to start things off. Last few rounds he has been excellent. Lecro looks for a repeat. He will be dinked, but JW is in the corner. However, the T's have managed 3 quick kills. Zontares with 2 of his own. The lurker in the form of Major is going to be quite far behind, however. Golden does have himself a kit, so really it's going to rely on Calyx and Zontares. You wouldn't want anybody else in this situation, although Engine has been the man on fire. Golden goes jumping in. He is spotted out and wins the first battle. Zontares gets his third kill of the round, and now this flank is going to be absolutely perfect. Major coming round from Library. It should be an easy kill, and it will be. Flusher falls 10-6, pistol the way of Space Soldiers. The question is, can fnatic do it with these pistols once again?
Yeah, I mean, Space Soldiers, they have been struggling up against these 4 spies, Tom. Will that follow through onto the T side, though? That's kind of something I'm not really sure we saw too much of. Definitely seems to be a more CT side problem. Lekr0 tries to start things off with a cheeky dig in through mid, doesn't lead to anything. Of course, this is the final map, Tom, in this best of 3 map series. Nailed it.
In this best of maps.
But, yeah. It's going to be the case that Space Soldier be sort of a very one-sided victory for them on Mirage. And then Cobble looked like it was going to be their game till fnatic managed to pull that back. It all now culminates into this. We're in the second half. For those of you who are just joining us, this 3rd, 4th place decider match. And fnatic, they're desperate to get any edge they can. Holding up close to mid. Gonna be Brolin. That one shot from the UMP does give away. There is a man holding close. 3 players for fnatic still over on the B-bomb site, so it's going to fall onto Lekr0 and Brolin to try and keep this push from Space Soldiers at bay. The smoke's already rained in to corner off these rotations and deny that. Lekr0 now has to try and buy time along with Brolin. Brolin's been spotted, Brolin's been dealt with. Lekr0 still alive, still doing damage with the Deagle. Will be finally shut down, but he's kept things even. 3-on-3, has bought time for these rotations to come in as well. Bomb goes down now for Space Soldiers. Golden going to get cut down. It is just JW and Flusher left.
Yeah, Golden was the man who had the AK-47, so that will at least be retrieved by Engine. So low at the moment, but fnatic are going to opt to just fall back, hold on to their pistols and try and do something with them in the next round. It will at least keep Space Soldiers honest, but they do manage to at least make sure the AKs are saved. So all that is really lost is those SMGs, unless, of course, Flusher can catch them as they look to exit. He will be waiting, but Engine is going to take him down. However, we do actually lose 1 player to the bomb.
This is the chance now for Space Soldiers to try and make some quick, easy money. 2 MAC-10s. Major going to be on the PT-50. He wants to try and build up that cash. Gonna use Calyx and Despe on these entries. Leaves Zontares holding the back line. And fnatic, they've got plenty of players stacked up on Banana. He's going to have plenty of targets come his way. Engine opens up. That's the A-bomb site secured. Space Soldiers, same strategy again. Smoke off over here towards Arch side. Push on in. They know they've got full control. And now for fnatic, you imagine they're just not even going to bother leaving that B-bomb site, but they might try their hand going in. The second I think they realize these SMGs are in play, they should just look to fade away. And pistol duel down in CT. JW actually going to hold close. He's the one man that does have armor. Calyx comes his way. Flash goes out. JW's fallen. MAC-10's raw to life. Look to try and make money, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Calyx, $1,200 made. Going to be happy with that.
23-7 for Engine. He pads his stats a little bit too, but only gets $900 for it. And even now, with the buy coming in for fnatic, it is still going to be a little bit of a skim. Now, the reason for this, they have gone heavy on utility, which on a map like Inferno, I can definitely get behind. I'm expecting quite a bit of aggression coming out from fnatic in this round, as holding those angles is not going to be something that benefits them. However, Space Soldiers are actually keeping 2 MAC-10s themselves, so having the sort of head armor here could actually work quite nicely for fnatic. We can see they've already taken a little bit of banana control, not yet gone as far down as maybe expected, but we can now see the push coming out already. Golden is going to go deep into banana, not allow Space Soldiers to have control of that side of the map, but it's looking like they're going to push straight into middle. The boost is absolutely perfect. Brolin, he sprays down 3. Major, Engine, and Despe are gone. Zontares will finally trade it, but it's only for 1. And now Calyx is left with a MAC-10. This was a bit of a bonus round, but at the same time, Brolin has just sent them packing. Calyx will kill 1, looks for more, and it isn't going to happen. 12-7, fnatic break back quickly. They keep 3 players alive. However, the onslaught is not about to stop just yet.
It's going to get that much closer, Tom. 12-7 now in map number 3. fnatic, they want to try and fight this one back. No AWP brought out just yet for this CT side. Despe going to have his over on the side of Space Soldiers. Doesn't have head armor, though, and that's going to make these M4s and the MP7 of Golden incredibly deadly. Right now, Golden and Flash are lying away over here on Banana. Flash goes in, but actually Golden catches the wrong angle of that. Will be sent back, and that gives Space Soldiers a decent bit of ground here to work, but they're going to get that for free. They flash shot in. Golden able to get 1, but Major is there to trade. Golden still only with this MP7. Major wants to try and pick this up, but that nade does amazing damage. Dunks Major down. Luckily enough, Engine doing all he can, tries to pull this back out here towards A. The bomb starts to rotate in to join him. Lekro's posted up at long. Lekro looking like he's going to go pushing on in. I don't think Engine has the clue that he is there just yet. It's going to be a 2 versus 3 in the afterplant here.
Yeah, CT side, they are going to go back through apps. Despe knows with a man disadvantage that he has to try and take the initiative. He has actually missed the timing, though, as JW has already been able to cross, and 2 of the 3 players now making their way through apps may not be expected. Molotov out will give that position away and tell Engine that multiple players are coming in this direction. The sprayers are going to work, and now Despe has everything to do. Spots 1, they almost line up, but almost doesn't get anything. Lekro will be able to help with that retake. It will be another round on the board for fnatic. Now the money is called into question, but it's not that bad a stake for Space Soldiers. I wonder if they will risk it here. They could just save for 1 round and come back in with a buy across every player on the team. And that is what they're going to do. Calyx can probably afford to invest a little bit more than his teammates, depending if they do want an AWP. And considering how well we have seen Despe playing in this map, I'm imagining they will.
It finds good damage early on to JW. Ooh. These nades. What are we seeing? That's always... In fact, that's over 100 damage done on that 1 nade. Down Banana. Already painting up a few of these Space Soldiers players with damage. Gonna get a flash out in the middle. Lekro falls at the first hurdle. Gap in the smoke for JW. He'll exploit that all day long. Brolin falls inside of the site. Things get tricky now. Flusher does not go down there, and that's the that could be the big difference maker. He retakes that man advantage back and keeps things even. 3-on-3 in the retake. Engine does dink down Golden, but it's all going to fall to Major. Does dispatch of JW here. They're going to make their way into the site, but both these players tagged very low. That nade's enough to do it. They're both going to go down shortly, and Major slam dunk of the century. I mean, that's a Kobe nade right there. Major's gone and done it.
Oh, that was so sick. 1 versus 3. Major with a CZ and an HE to his name, and that is enough to win the round for Space Soldiers. We spoke about how fnatic were able to steal these rounds away with pistols. It has to be mentioned as well, though, Engine with 2 clinical entries with that CZ, and now, well, it's fnatic who've taken that hit The buy is not going to be looking good. The T side have so much cash to play with. Golden, it's just going to be running straight through. He's had enough. He's going into Zontaris, finds the first, and that's enough. Looking to try and fall back. Of course, the Flames are going to hold him. He's actually going to go for a repeat, but Despe, waiting patiently on the other side, will be able to stop him. I think Zontaris might be a little bit tilted with that one.
We've all been there. 13-8 right now. Put back into a 4-4. Brolin now holds Banana on his lonesome while Space Soldiers, they are grouped up in apartments, Tom. Calyx looks to be the man on the entry along with the rest of the gang. Letcrow will be holding close. His position's very strong as Letcrow and JW start to shut it down. JW in with 2. Now it is Despe left. The lone rotator in from that B bomb site, and JW is merciless in his hold of A. A hat-trick for him secures the 9th round for fnatic, and with that, heavy damage done to the Space Soldiers economy.
Yeah, in the same position we saw in the previous round where or a round or two ago, but they've just got to invest a bit of money into pistols. They only get 1,900, so I want to over-invest here. Some of the players getting around to the 2K marker will mean that in terms of utility, not going to have too much. I imagine the nade is going to head into Banana again, just try and chip down at JW, but doesn't actually do that much damage. It's actually major to take the initial hit, and well, Brolin once again on this boost spot, which has been so deadly for Space Soldiers so far. Will be able to get himself the first kill, of course. An unarmored player with a deagle and 20 HP. It's not the most impressive of kills, but important nonetheless. Nice flashbang. It will mean that Zontaris is going to chase. Golden was here alone, although there is now a rotation from Flusher and just spraying through the smoke to try and hold back these remaining T players, at least for a second or two. JW has also decided to push into middle. He does have to be careful because there is still a man in apartments which may try to sneak out, but Brolin is still boosted up. Zontaris holding. Don't think he's been seen. Will be allowed to get one. Despe coming around the back lines. May even manage a second, so this is at least making things costly. The bomb, however, is nowhere in sight. JW will be holding on the edge, and he will make sure at least 3 players stay alive for fnatic. So 13-10. This will be where the buy comes back in. As said, it was only a small investment for Space Soldiers in this situation. Engine at the moment is 27-12. I know this man can have standout performances, and he definitely is in this one. But then again, on the other side, JW still on 20 kills, and he has been good throughout the last couple of maps.
Tara is going to be painted up with nade damage early on. Tagged down to 44 HP before he's even seen someone.
He might have taken Nex's mantle of just being damaged so much without seeing anything.
Smoke goes into Banana to delay this push. Space Soldiers, they are running a little bit dry in terms of utility. They've only got 2 smokes left. 5 flashbangs. You look over at fnatic, it's no such shortage. They are currently rolling in utility, which sounds painful, but gonna go ahead and smoke off mid. That's one smoke drained out from the Swedes. Waste no time here. Flash goes in. Over the top, JW will go down. Brolin able to go ahead and double down actually here. Up on the boost, finally dealt with. 3-on-3. Letcrow finds himself on the A-bomb set alone, but that doesn't matter because this bomb, along with the rest of Space Soldiers, begin a rotation back into the B bomb site. And this is read very well by fnatic. They're going to go ahead and keep Flusher in CT. Golden still inside of the site. And you can see Space Soldiers, they've doubted themselves here. They have to go back with the bomb, but they've only got 20 seconds left to do it in, Tom.
It does seem like the right read, though, as it will be left onto Letcrow to be the man to hold this site down. He will get a first, spotting out for the second. He gets a decent tag onto Zontaris, but it isn't the kill. Bomb will be planted. Zontaris takes a second and leaves just Golden left alive to try and clutch this out. A 14th round looking likely, and Zontaris gets all 3. 14-10. Fnatic's economy now takes a nasty hit. And the question is, do they force it now, risk it, and play for the win? Yes. Yes, they do.
Fnatic not ones to play for the overtime, Tom. They're wanting to try and pull this back and make the comeback a reality. They've brought down what they can. They've put everything into this round. And that makes this all or nothing here from the Swedes. They don't have much to show for it, but we've seen them win with less. Right now, Major and Engine peek out towards top of mid. Brolin's able to open up, and both players get tagged. Well, one more so than the other. Major still on 20 HP, trailing now behind the rest of the team. And no such damage really inflicted to the side of Fnatic. Look at this from Golden all the way down through. Banana waits in logs. So much information. This allows you to keep 4 players inside of this A bomb site. That's massive. As Major falls, that's the bomb dropped. They try to go out for it. They have to find JW. Starting to pull this round back, but Flusher. And now Golden as well coming in the back line. That's enough. Fnatic, they managed to get themselves an 11th round, Tom. They keep the dream alive, and they deny a match point in the way of Space Soldiers.
Yeah, and most crucially is it means it's a one and done for Space Soldiers, so their money is not going to facilitate a buy in this round. In fact, even in the next round, it'll be a little bit sketchy, but of course, a lot cheaper for the Ts, so they will be able to buy up AKs in the next. Fnatic have now given themselves a lifeline in what is the final map of this best of 3, 1 apiece. Dominating performance on Mirage by Space Soldiers, and then a turnaround from Fnatic on Cobble, both winning each other's map pick. Major is going to be waiting in the corner. Of course, the deep smoke will come in once again. Molotov not quite going to spread, but he is getting dunked to oblivion with only 38 HP left. Flusher actually starting to rotate off a little bit early here. There's a small chance that we could just see this site being overwhelmed. Major will spot that there is nobody on Banana at the moment. They have rotated in. Flusher has come back, so Golden at least isn't going to be alone in his troubles when this push comes in. But there's no utility. They've just got to run straight into the crosshair of Golden. Flusher is likely to try and peek to help out his teammate, and now they are just going to be running in. Flusher with 2, 3, 4, and Golden just takes that ace in the last second. But all in all, it doesn't matter because it will mean that we hit 14-12, a flawless round from Fnatic, and the buy comes back for the Turkish.
They are going to be very, very strapped for their utility. Wouldn't surprise me if we see Major. I was going to say perhaps go for a sacrifice in terms of the firepower, but they're going to try and make it work with 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs. They cannot afford to be slowed down. They have to... There's 2 ways you play. So either kind of wait around, bait out that utility from Fnatic, so you hope they have less to work with, or you play this one fast. And it looks like they're going to go the bait route. Not to be confused with the beat route. Over here along, JW does reside in the cubby. Centaurez doesn't check it. JW, that's a free frag. Somehow manages to get a second, and that's massive from him in this round. Despe does quickly duck into CT. Flusher suspects, though. Checks the angle. Despe about to walk out in front of him. Despe wins the duel, and he's starting to pull this round back, make it possible. Now as he loops into B, it all falls to Golden, who's already been tagged low to 43 HP, to try and make his stand inside of the B-bomb site. Despe still holds off in CT. Lekra and Brolin have pushed all the way down through Banana as the team that originally had the flank now become flanked themselves. Pressure's on here for Calix and Major. They have to try and find this entry, or else Brolin and Lekra could just tear this whole plan apart. Despe's useless right now down in CT to them. Luckily enough, they're able to get it done. It all falls to Brolin in a 1 versus 2. 24 seconds after bomb drop, middle of the site. Despe rotating back in.
Major is going to be sat here watching. Brolin with the pop flash. Nade dunks down 1 as he'll get his 2nd kill of this round. Major just going to have to plant this one nice and safe, but Brolin is going to use this chance to gain a nice bit of ground on his opponent. Only a single pop flash any utility, so it's likely to just come down to aim. Major trying to use the angle, but Brolin hits the headshot. He will keep this train going, as it will now be 14-13. A lot of damage done. But the fact is, fnatic are still on this streak, and while what a performance from a man who has only just sort of broken in as a stand-in for this team. He is 26-18. He is leading the charge. He's second top fragger in the server, and he's not even a member of this fnatic side.
Yeah, you know, he's coming in. Well, there you go. There's still time. I mean, yeah, Lecro's struggling. Roster swapping coming, Tom.
Okay.
No, but Space Soldiers, it's a force buy from them. Over here towards ult mid. Slowly but surely pushing on up. Space Soldiers might try their hand at something a little bit faster here. 3 smokes, sorry. A multitude of flashbangs as well. More utility in this round than they had in the previous. There's 3 players here for fnatic.
T-side. Only with pistols. Zontares first man in. Lecro will get the pick, but now he may be overwhelmed as they come pushing in. He's completely blind, and Despe finds the entry. JW and Flusher are there to turn things back. And Engine, he's been great so far, but I think this is a bridge too far for him. 14-14. We will be going the full 30 rounds as a minimum. A spectacle, to say the least, especially for a 3rd and 4th place match. Neither of these teams wanting to lose that extra money or the seed that comes with it, and could play a big part when it comes to the finals in China. But it is going to be a buy. Both teams with cash for this round at least. The next one, well, that's where it's called into question. The CTs with a little bit of extra spare. JW going to look for this early pick, but no one challenging him. In fact, it's mainly second mid where we see these push come in. He's got to be careful. He's quite wide peaked at the moment. However, not going to be a problem. Not willing to take too much of a risk in this scenario, so we'll just fall back to the arch side as the smoke falls. But there's actually a gap in it. This could be a big problem. However, the Molotov, smart from Major, will make sure it isn't.
Yeah, now they're going to follow this up with the push up in towards the top of mid. They get the position at great expense in terms of how much utility they've stuck just to getting this far. And now they're going to go in with the strategy we've seen them run so many times. Smoke over here towards Arch. They try wrapping around into this A-bomb site. Flusher doesn't find anything through the smoke. Brolin and Lecro spread between Pit. Lecro goes down, but will they expect Brolin being here? He's going to peek into it. Calyx does. Shuts him down. Flusher and Golden left 2 on 4. Flusher does manage to take one more with him, but he's pinned into the corner. Calyx finds the frag, and now Golden 1 versus 3 clutch would be required. Gonna go ahead and incendiary on in. Does actually force the players inside of the site to reposition. They're all grouped up, huddled together. Golden has the first. Still 2 more yet to find. Time ticking down, and Engine will be the man to do it. 15-4, Space Soldiers. They are 1 round away from winning this out. That said, fnatic 1 round away from securing an overtime. The only issue is here for the Swedes was that money was never really given the chance to build up. They had a little bit spread on a couple of players. They bought down what they can. SMGs, rifles, and an AWP make up their arsenal in what could be their last round here.
It's worth mentioning that smoke setup from Space Soldiers in that last round was absolutely wonderful, completely sectioning off the players in pit, and I feel was the main reason they actually won it. So props have to go to Major. The question is, does he have anything left in his locker to do something similar for this round? Zontares looking to try and take some banana control. Not so much utility now for fnatic, which, well, we saw them really damaging down a lot of these players early on. Zontares has taken a hit of 50, and, well, we will see the same for Major. I imagine that was a shot from the AWP that did that. Either way, the rest of the team are going to gather up towards this B site. It has been a masterclass of control from Golden so far. We'll see if he can be the man to do it once again. Smoke going to be thrown down to try and force Antares back. Instead, he goes through it. Flusher will be waiting already, does the damage onto a first, but quickly both players fall. And fnatic for this final round, or potential final round, have got to retake.
Nice hops in from JW. You're going to miss the shot, though. You try and make it look stylish, but you got to make it work. And now it is Brolin left. 1v4 being chipped away. Oh. You hate to see that happen. Spotted it out. He will fall. Space Soldiers, Tom, they've gone and done it. 16-14, a grueling 3-map series. But they do manage to win this out.
Yeah, an incredible third map. I think it really did the game justice considering how both of these teams have played, and it really came down to just a few different players. I think Engine played absolutely incredibly, especially on the defense of that A site. He was brilliant in getting them that sort of early 9-2 lead, which we saw. Then on the other side, you had sort of JW really doing some work to bring them back. And then Brolin on the CT side, the amount of times he managed to get multi-frags from that boost was incredible. I think there's no doubt that this guy is going to be a hot talent in the future and already is showing himself now. Of course, both these teams have qualified. We will see both of them at the finals in China at the beginning of next year. And I'm really looking forward to seeing both of them, see if they can actually take home the trophy, because I think they are definitely in the running for it.
Yeah, definitely top contenders for that. But that was, of course, the 3rd, 4th place decider. We still have the finals yet to come. That's going to be going down very, very shortly after a break.